welcome to Babs Arcade, and today it's going to be a Spectrum Next special. So we're going to be covering latest games, older games that you can get for the system. We're going to have a quick look at what the Kickstarter 1 was in the package. We're going to be covering the Kickstarter 2. We're also going to be covering loading games from tape and what joysticks you can use, plus a few other bits and pieces to help you get the best out of your new Kickstarter 2 Spectrum Next. So I'll catch you in a bit. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll have a quick look at the original Kickstarter 1, what you got in the box, and then we'll have a quick unboxing of the Kickstarter 2. Nothing major, because I'm sure you're sick of watching unboxes now. And then we'll have a look at some more things. Look at that. Perfect. So, first impressions, it's been packed really well. I like how it's got this protective layer of cardboard just in case you can't read what that says. So that's nice. We'll take that out, and then it's held as though it's floating in the box with this nice foam packing. Oh, look at this. Very nice. Remove this box. And there we go. Look at that. All shrink wrapped. So we'll get this shrink wrap off. And this comes with 2 meg. Unlike the first Kickstarter, which was 1 meg as standard. And you had to, well, you had the option to upgrade, you didn't have to do it, but the option was there. And I'm not going to use anything sharp to take this cellophane off without my fingernail. Off comes the seal. Now let's have a look at what we've got inside. Hopefully a Spectrum Next. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Look at the difference. So that we've still got some foam in the box itself. Not a full sheet like in the Kickstarter 1. This is also foam now, so there's no cardboard to break. And there we go. So it's pretty much smack on to the Kickstarter 1 in terms of the design. Everything's still in the correct place. Now they should have improved this plate, because this was a bit of a nightmare to get off the Kickstarter 1. So yeah, that just comes off nice and easy now to reveal the edge connector. So that's a nice improvement. The feet, there's a nice little click. They click into place. Whether they're strong enough still, I'm certainly not going to test that out. So we won't be using those. But yeah, look at the state of it. The design of that is incredible. Love it. So that's obviously the computer. What else do we get? Well, straight away we get a quick start guide, which we didn't get with the first Kickstarter, and that just looks so professional, really nice. I like the laminated areas, gloss finish, really nice those. Absolutely beautiful, love it. So that's that, and then we've also got the new manual, which this time has a matte finish, raised text on the manual, feels really nice, nicely bound, and also there's areas of colour in the manual. That'd make a nice t-shirt. Yeah, super impressive, really nicely done. So that's the manual, that's the new manual. So what else have we got now? We have an additional box with Sinclair ZX Spectrum Next on there. This isn't a flimsy cardboard one like the first Kickstarter. It's a nice hardware in box. And inside we've now got Sinclair ZX Spectrum Next branded power supply. With our choice of Euro plugs and UK plug. So that's really nice. That way it's a lock. There we go. So that's your plug. We've also got a breakout cable for an on and off switch. Nice Spectrum colour rainbow lines there, and that just simply fits in there. So you haven't got to buy an additional switch breakout cable anymore. It comes with the Next. There's also a couple more plug attachments for different countries. So that is really nice. Very impressed with the packing. No, does that foam come out? Yeah, the foam comes out. I'm not sure what all these white bits are. Bits of cuttings off the manual, I think. So there we go. So that's that. And another thing to have a look at is the SD card. So we can pull that out. That comes out nice and easy. And that is also printed and in colour, unlike the first one. And you have your SD card with software on there, and this time we get a 16 gig card, which is more than enough. So that's that. So there we go, Spectrum Next Kickstarter 2. Right, so the first thing that I wanted to show you was about the SD card. So with the Kickstarter 2, as some of you are aware, the SD card can be a little bit tough to get in and out. To be honest, once you've inserted and removed it a few times, it does ease off. But one thing you can try, and this has worked for me, is if you take out the micro SD card and just pop it into a different adapter. I'm using a SanDisk one. You'll find that slides in and out a lot easier. So that's something to try. So I don't know if it's because of the nicely painted text and design on there and it's made it ever so slightly thick. I've no idea, but I know there's been a few reports of people having that issue, so just change the adapter. Next thing I wanted to quickly show you is this cable. So this is a PS2 breakout cable. So the one end goes into the Spectrum Next, and then you've got two other ends, one for a mouse, one for a keyboard. And that just fits into the Spectrum Next connector there. And then if we connect up the mouse and keyboard, we'll be using this keyboard, PS2 keyboard, and the Spectrum Next mouse that I was given kindly by Mike Cadwalder at the crash event. I did hand a few out, so if you've got one too, then look at you. Right, so we'll switch on the Spectrum Next, and then we'll press space for the main menu, and then space to edit the options. And at the moment it's set to PS2 mouse, so we can press space to change, and that'll set that to keyboard. I don't think there's anything else we need to change, so we'll press enter to accept changes, enter again, and now we should have a working mouse and keyboard on the Spectrum Next. And now we've got a PS2, fully working PS2 keyboard. There's a couple of special F keys that simulate the buttons on the side of the Next. So for instance, F3, you can change the hertz of the picture on the fly from 50 hertz to 60 hertz. F4, reset. And there's a few others on there, which are actually on the Quick Start leaflet, which I'm sure you've all read if you've got one. Yeah, so F3 is 50 to 60 hertz switch. F4 is soft reset. F8 is CPU speed. And then you've got F9 multi-face and NMI. So that's the yellow button on the Next. So if we press F9, that brings up the NMI menu. And then we've got F10, which is your div MMC. And then F11 and F12, which is expansion, bus, off and on. So they're useful to know if you wish to connect a separate keyboard and mouse. And just to test the mouse to make sure that's working, apps, audio, next door demo, and there we go. And now we've got the mouse working as well. Right, so now let's have a look at some of the current software that's available for your specking next. So we've got games like Scramble from Rusty Pixels, Crowley World Tour, we've got Warhawk, the excellent Delta Shadow, we've got a brand new game, Saboteur, another brand new game, Quantum Storm, we've got the Bikers, which is getting another run, so look out for that. We've got one of my favourite games, QB, Shovel Adventure, The Next Quest, The Lost Temples, Tiverian, the excellent Baggers in Space, we've got the Magnetic Scrolls compilation, which you can download for free. We've got the great game Treasure Hunters and Grellock's Contagion. Now that's just a small amount of the games available, but there's also some new titles which I have on the next and some demos, so let's have a look at that. For playing games on the Spectrum Next, you can obviously use a keyboard, but I prefer to use the PlayStation 4 pad and a Bluetooth 8-bit DO device, which has got the 9-pin DIN connector, which happily connects to your Spectrum Next. So we'll turn off the system, put that into port 1, switch it back on. Now you can set your control options under the first menu by pressing spacebar. So you've got there left joy and right joy, the space to change. So you've got Mega Drive Pad, Keyjoy, Sinclair, Kempston. So I'm going to leave it at Kempston for now. Just reset the next. There we go. But you can also press the yellow NMI button and then go down to settings and then joystick, and then you can set your controls there also. So it was already set to Mega Drive 1, so we'll leave it set to that. And then what I'll do now is just pair up my PlayStation pad. There we go. So you can also use your pad to control the menus. And we'll go to browser. So what I want to show you first is what you get on the SD card with your Kickstarter 2. So you get an extra folder called Kickstarter 2
extras. Now this has got some brand new games. So we've got Crowley World Tour 2. So we'll load that game up. There we go, cleared that one. So that's that game. Quickly press the reset button to get back to the main menu. And then we'll navigate back up to the next game, which is now the full version of Night Night. Been looking forward to this because I love the demo. There we go. Awesome game. Love that. So reset that. Let's have a look what else is in the new folder. So we've got the Detour, which is the new Baggers in Space game. Rusty Pixels again. Wiki. So obviously those of you who remember Jetpack. Very much like that at the beginning of the game anyway. And keep flying into things. So the TNT we need to grab to blow that trapdoor up, and then collect fuel for our rocket to escape. Press down to lay the TNT. So that is Buggers in Space, the Detour. Great little game. And also in that folder we've got a folder called videos, and yes, this is your Specky Next playing a video. Enjoy.
By a community of engineers and developers that love the Spectrum to this very day. Together we packed a host of new features into it to make it into a computer you could use today. After the original success of the first Kickstarter campaign, we shipped more than 3,000 Spectrum Next to the backers, and after that started developing the capabilities of the machine way beyond the expectations of the original backers. With the issue 2 of the next Kickstarter, we are now producing it for anyone who missed the chance to pledge on the original campaign, but also for people who want a new computer with all the features that we have been adding ever since. The next is a beautifully crafted machine conceived by the original Sinclair designer, the late Rick Dickinson, and his partner, Phil Candy. Its looks are matched by modern and updated features, such as responsive keyboard, Wi-Fi network, RGB, VGA and digital video outputs, SD storage, a fast 28 MHz Z80 processor, co-processors, new video modes, larger memory, accelerator board with a 3D GPU, all these features while being fully compatible with the original ZX Spectrum machine.
So with the 8BitDo Bluetooth device, as well as the PlayStation 4 pad, you can also connect a Wii controller, which works really well, and you can also connect an Xbox pad, which also works very, very well. But if you've got no modern pads and you just want to use a regular pad or joystick, there are Mega Drive ones available. You can use either a brand new Bluetooth one that connects to the 8BitDo or has its own dongle. You can use a regular old Mega Drive pad if you've got one of those knocking about. But you've also got your old joysticks that you can use, like an Atari joystick or an old Kempston, and even one of my favourite joysticks, the Zip Stick. But just keep in mind that a lot of the new games are multi-button compatible, so you will lose that if you go for a regular one button stick. So Mega Drive pad is a good choice. So there you go.
So let's have a look now at some of the brand new titles that have just come out. Some full games and a couple of demonstrations. So this is currently running in 50 Hz. It is recommended that you run this game in 60. But as you can see, it's a lovely looking game. And you can purchase this from the Wasp website. And there's also a physical version available. get in. So that's why the Exploding Fist. So another title that's recently come out is a game by Clive Townsend called Q-Storm. And this is a Breakout stroke Arkanoid clone. So it starts off nice and slow, and then obviously the speed increases as you progress through the game. Some of the blocks reveal special items and pickups. So that one's going to give me a shield, which is pretty cool. Oh, a laser. That's definitely something I want. Oh, no. I went for the laser. I needed the laser. I knew it was a mistake, but I needed that laser. There we go at last. So there you go, that's Quantum Storm. Excellent game. Also available on Clive Townsend's website. Alongside the next game I'm going to show you, which is the remake of Saboteur. So let's have a look at that one. Let's have a look at Saboteur. For this one, I'm going to take out the SD card because some of the new games you can auto boot from the SD card. I like to copy the files to my main SD card, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. If you don't mind swapping the SD card over. We'll run it in the standard 50 Hz. It will save that setting to your SD card. So you can disable that just by pressing D, and then next time it loads up, you won't get that boot up screen. so that's Saboteur. Another game available on Clive's website. Physical version as well. So what else have we got? Okay, so that's what happens when you put the SD card back in. So just showing you this folder here, home, is on the SD card now. So you can put your games and stuff on there, and if they ever do an update and it changes, if the update changes any of the files or folders, the home folder will not get edited in any way. So there you go. Okay, what else am I going to show you? I'm going to show you now. This is a little Christmas demo by Andy Spencer from the Retro Computer Museum in Leicester. So let's have a look, see what he's been up to. Right, so we've got Basement Terror with a new little game, 2 for joystick. I do like the audio on this one. Ah, it's teleported. Get up there. You're getting stuck. Oh, I'm not going to do this. I keep getting stuck. That's a good little game. So next we've got Battle Tanks. Again, some great music.
Target destroyed.
So We've also got a new Christmas demo. Powered by the Fusion engine. What do we do with this? Oh, okay, we've got to collect the crackers and not die. That's a lovely looking game. I know this is only a demo for the engine, but love the character. That's great. Let's see what else we got. So we've also got Meteor X, which has been wrote in BASIC. We'll have the drone on. We'll have dual weapons, music on. So yeah, looking forward to playing the full game of that. And then we've got a demo of Magnum by Cavern Games. Play this on the Joypad. This is a fantastic looking game. So that's Magnum. We've also got the brand new launcher, launcher 14, launcher ultimate 14. And you can have this start at the beginning of the boot up sequence of your next, to have an additional games launcher or menu system. You can put all your favourite games on there. You can change wallpapers, make it all look nice and pretty. So you can have a screensaver. Scan lines on and off. Launch your music, so you can have some music while it's playing. Internal speaker on and off. You can check for updates. Wi-Fi setup. It's already set up, so we don't need that. You've also got a news ticker. There you go. So it's a nice looking menu system. You can add your own sub-menus, games, utilities, and launch it direct from this great piece of software from Richard Sherman. So we're doing a full review on this in the new year. Right, so next, so the last thing I want to show you is a game I'm involved in called TX1696. This is going to be released next year. Here's a quick preview of our new game.
TX1696.
So that's that. So that's TX1696 coming next year. So as well as loading your regular games off your SD card onto your Spectrum Next, you can also load regular 48K and 128K games on your Next that are still on tapes. So this is a brand new one. You can also load your old games if they still work.
So all you need is an old tape deck and a Spectrum +3 audio cable, which was stereo input with 2 mono outputs, ear and mic. So let's give that a go.
So the tape deck's all set up, apart from the audio cable. So that goes into the right hand side audio socket. The left one is for audio out, right one is audio in. And then we've got ear and mic, our volume control there. Grab our game, which in this case is the Complete Adventures of Mr. Hare by Lee Chops. Okay, so we'll reset the next and we'll put it into tape loader, 1 to 8K mode, and press play on tape. And as you can see, that is loading lovely. All loaded up from tape. Fantastic.
So there you go. I hope you enjoyed my Christmas special regarding the Spectrum Next and a few of the things it can do, some of the software, some of the new software coming out. I'll be covering more on the controller side and loading games from tape in the new year. I've also got some videos planned for the new ZX Retro Wireless Mouse and the ZX Retro Wireless USB edition to load games from your phone or device. So that's also in the new year. So I hope you've all had a great Christmas. Happy New Year to you. And this is my last video of the year, obviously. So I shall see you in the new year. Make sure you drink lots. And yeah, see you in the new year. Ta-ra!